Hello, everybody. Uh, my name is Daniel. I'm actually going to be doing a story toolbox. A couple of questions that are being asked, and I'm going to try to go ahead and answer them as best as I can. So, for the first question, it says, "Why do I want to be a cybersecurity professional?" And there's a lot of reasons why I'm trying to get into cybersecurity. One of the things is the fact that the cybersecurity industry is it's not boxed in. It's got a broad variety of places you could go. You're not necessarily just tied to IT. You could work in a hospital setting. You could work in a construction setting. You could work in a law firm. So it's quite broad, and I also like the fact that it's very flexible. Um, the fact that you could actually be working remotely and not have an issue with it, or you if you want to go to the office, you go to the office every day. I like that flexibility as well. So that's one of the main reasons that I I'm trying to get into cybersecurity as a professional. The next question that it actually asks is, why do you want to work with at this company? So there's a couple of companies I have in mind that I'd like to apply to. One of the reasons why I want to work for certain companies is um, I look for a broad range of levels. So I'm entry level, so I'm starting out, but I'd like to get with a company that actually has more experience and more um, higher roles, such as pen testing or even other more advanced roles that the company would be doing in cybersecurity. So that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at a couple of companies. The fact that they have entry level positions, mid level positions, specialty positions. It's not just being a SOC analyst. It's not just doing updating software and stuff like that. But there's a broad range of things that you could be doing in that company. So that's one of the main things that I'm looking for. For me, my goal is eventually to get into pen testing. I would like to be able to grow into that position from the bottom, learn pretty much everything at the entry level positions, and then work my way to a mid level position, and then hopefully eventually start acquiring more skills that would be necessary for pen testing and being a red hat hacker or um, you know whatever roles that they have in that area. Um, the reason why I would like that, I think that the skills that I have from my previous industry, I think they kind of apply. I did a lot of troubleshooting, programming, testing. I've done, I've been a lead on projects. I've done project management as well. So I think all the skills that I've acquired over the years in my previous industry would really apply into a cybersecurity role. So one of those things would be pretty amazing. That's kind of some of the things that I'm looking at when it comes to companies. Lastly, it says, "Tell me about a time you had to handle a conflict with your colleagues." So one one conflict came to mind. I remember I was working on a project, and the conflict that I had with my coworker was that he was kind of slacking off. He wasn't really doing everything that he was supposed to be doing. So I ended up having to pick up the slack. So the way I dealt with that situation was I took him aside and spoke to him one on one, saying, "Hey, what's going on? It seems like I'm always the one that's picking up the slack. I'm always the one that's doing this, and that. And my main question to him was, is everything all right at home? Is there something, maybe you have a family member that's sick, or maybe you have personal issues that you're dealing with?" So I'm like, well, is there something that's going on at home that's keeping you from sleeping or coming to work on time, or uh, coming ready to work? So after the conversation we had, basically there was no reason for him to not pull his own weight. And after that, we continued to work, and he continued to have that same behavior. So after a while, I just realized this is the type of individual that really doesn't want to do anything. So I had to bring in a supervisor. So as I'm speaking to my supervisor about the situation, we got called in. We had a meeting, and basically it was like, hey, everybody has to pull their weight. Everybody has to do what they're supposed to be doing, and nobody's gonna pick up the slack. So we need everybody to be on the same page and everybody work together. So I was fine with that meeting, but as the weeks progressed, behavior did not change whatsoever. So my action was reporting again to the supervisor, hey, there hasn't been any change in behavior since that meeting. It's the same things, same story, same stuff day in and day out. The supervisor didn't really take it to heart, I guess, and just continued to just let him do his thing until I requested to be removed off the project. And once I was removed off the project and put on another project, eventually that individual, weeks later was actually let go because of the same behavior. So that was one way that I dealt with it. I didn't really want to have a confrontation. I didn't want to have a yelling or an argument. I saw that my supervisor wasn't doing anything. There was no write-ups. There's no punishment whatsoever. It was just let him do his thing, and I ended up getting put on a different project. So that's how I ended up with that situation. So that's pretty much it. These are the questions that were asked. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of insight on who I am and what I'm trying to do and what I like. So let me know.